So yesterday it came out that Brian Cushing will indeed be released at some point before March 14th, which happens to be the new league year. And it's a move that is supposed to happen. It's a move that I saw happening. I'm pretty sure almost everyone out there did too. I mean, at some point, Brian Cushing was my favorite Texans player, but I mean, that ship has sailed. After the first knee injury, he came back. He was still, a good player. He had that awesome pick six against the Chargers that year. He came back, and he also had that nasty textbook tackle on Marshawn Lynch that made him fumble that same year. And later that same year, he took a helmet to the knee by Jamal Charles. Fuck Jamal Charles. And ever since then, ever since that second knee surgery, he wasn't the same. He would show, little bursts of his former self in certain points, but he was never the same guy. And this past season, 2017, had that suspension, of course, and when he did play, he was, I'd say, average at his very best. He wasn't that good, and at this point in his career, 7.6 million or whatever we say for cutting Brian Cushing is just more valuable than Brian Cushing himself. In fact, Brian Cushing is, or would have been, our fourth best inside linebacker on the roster. So cap space is more valuable than Brian Cushing in this scenario. Maybe in the past, yeah, it would have been a crazy move, but right now it makes perfect sense. And this news came out at a right time because today, Monday, the day you're watching this video, the day this video releases, was the day I was gonna make a video on the linebackers. And how convenient. Brian Cushing news comes out. Now I don't have to make a separate video on Brian Cushing. Now I could just throw it in there. So those are my thoughts on Brian Cushing. I wish him the very best because, I mean, he's a good guy, man. I like Brian Cushing. Yes, those steroids were kind of a douchey move, but I also like the guy. He has great teeth. Anyways, now let's get to the linebackers that will be here next season. Starting off with inside linebacker, Benardrick McKinney. I love McKinney, man. Great run stopper. Liability in pass coverage. Really is, but a great run stopper. Although this past season he was reportedly playing at 270 pounds, and that's just way too heavy, man. 6'4" guy, having to run there a lot, 270 pounds. No, McKinney, you gotta lose some weight, and hopefully with this new strength and conditioning coach we got, because we got rid of the old one because he sucks, because all our players got hurt. Anyways, hopefully with this new guy, McKinney can go back to his 2016 form where he was second team All-Pro. And of course, we already know McKinney's contract is coming up. He has one more year left on his contract, so don't be surprised if Benardrick McKinney gets extended this offseason, and I'd be happy with it. Next guy, Zach Cunningham. He was our rookie linebacker, and he was probably, I wouldn't say best rookie, because of course he had Deshaun Watson out there being Deshaun Watson. But, Watson only played 7 games. Zach Cunningham played pretty much all of them, and he did a good job at times. He did struggle in coverage, but when you have an incompetent imbecile like Mike Vrabel as your defensive coordinator, that's expected. And when you're a rookie going to the NFL, that's expected. Zach Cunningham's going to be a really good linebacker in the future, and this past season he was. He's a good run stopper. He can play sideline to sideline, and in college he was really good defending in pass coverage. So his rookie season, kind of see that as an outlier. It was just, rookie struggles, Mike Vrabel being an idiot and all that stuff. So I do expect Zach Cunningham to take steps forward, and him and McKinney are going to dominate the league for years to come. But we're not done yet. We got one more guy, one important key guy, Dylan Cole. This guy was undrafted. He was an absolute steal. Early in the season, the guy was just playing really well. Decent at stopping the run. Amazing in coverage, man. This guy, Dylan Cole, getting worked in there with McKinney and Zach Cunningham, and you throw him in there in obvious passing situations. I mean, for crying out loud, dude, when he played against the Browns, Dylan Cole was keeping up with a wide receiver. Like, who does that? A linebacker? Or was it a running back? He was keeping up with someone a usual linebacker doesn't keep up with. That's really impressive. So, Dylan Cole, Zach Cunningham, Bernard McKinney are going to be a force to be reckoned with, and the Texans are going to be able to do all sorts of things with these three inside linebackers because they can all play anywhere. And in the past, we would, with Crennel, we had a base 3-4 defense, but we would mix in 4-3. Now we could do that even more because we have three really good linebackers. We got, yes, I know Merciless and Clowney are considered linebackers, but they're edge rushers. We got linebackers now. So, and I don't ever remember us ever really having this much depth at the inside linebacker position. The best I can remember was those early years with D'Amico Ryans and Brian Cushing, 2009 to 2011. And even then, D'Amico Ryan spent a lot of that time hurt. So the Texans finally have quality depth at the inside linebacker position, and that's something to be excited about. Of course, now there's other guys at the inside linebacker position that are also on the roster, but I don't really think much of them. There's, of course, Brian Peters. He's pretty much just a special teamer. Not really much to think about him. Pretty small. And I wouldn't really care if he was on the roster next year or not. Of course, Jelani Jenkins, one of the guys we picked up later in the year. Same thing with him. Don't really care much for him. Didn't really do much. And then there's Ben Heaney again. Don't really care much for him. Now the outside linebackers, Clowney is, I don't know, man. I could have easily put him with the defensive line or the outside linebackers. He's just an edge rusher. I mean, the guy pretty much plays anywhere, so I decided to put him with the linebackers because that's what he's usually listed as. Sometimes at defensive end. You just don't know with Clowney. Anyways, Clowney is Clowney, man. He's a beast. Amazing run stopper. Probably the best in the league. Pass rush needs some work, but he's getting there. And, to be fair, this past season, he didn't have hardly any type of supporting cast, especially with the secondary being in the condition it was, without J.J. Watt and Merciless. Yeah, kind of hard to be productive when you're really the only capable pass rusher on the team. They single you out and double and on occasions triple team you. So, happy with Clowney, happy with how he's progressed, and I'm pretty sure he's about to get paid. So, look for that in the offseason in the coming months, I guess. And now we got Whitney Merciless. Whitney Merciless is coming back from a pec injury. He should be good to go. I'm not really worried about him. We already know what Merciless does. Merciless does his job. He does it well. He stops the run. He sets the edge. He can rush the passer pretty well. Just a great guy to have around. Extremely underpaid. Something not many people really mention. I think in 2 years his contract is up. So I don't really see Merciless as a guy that would hold out, but don't be surprised if he holds out. Because the guy is criminally underpaid. Like, we're robbing the guy. But, great guy. Can't wait to see him back out there with Clowney and the other group of linebackers. I mean, these starting linebackers, Clowney, I guess if you count him, Merciless, McKinney, Cunningham, and Cole getting work in there. Like, I mean, name me a team with a better group of linebackers. I can't really think of one. Anyways, the next guy, Brendan Scarlett. Now, Brendan Scarlett stops the run, sets the edge, every now and then flashes some pass rush skills, but that's about it. I would really like Brendan Scarlett to come back next season. He could develop into that situational pass rusher that we need, that, you know, that extra guy whenever Clowney or Merciless is tired, that we work in there. He could develop into that guy because he has shown flashes. But, again, right now he's just another run stopper. And then the two other guys, we got Jamil President and LaTroy Lewis. And to be honest, I don't really have much to think about them. They just haven't been out there long enough for me to be able to formulate a valid opinion on them. I know Jamil President was kind of doing a decent job in preseason, but again, that's preseason. And hopefully one of these two guys can develop into a good pass rusher, because we need a situational pass rusher. Besides offensive line, secondary, maybe tight end, we need pass rushers. This team is built off pass rush, and you need to be able to get pass rush from your edge rushers. And Clowney and Merciless are pretty much the only capable ones of doing so. So we really need to add some situational pass rushers to this team, because in certain games where the defense is out there for a while, they're tired, late in the fourth quarter, we don't have that extra push to seal the game. Like, yeah, every now and then Clowney will make a play that, you know, kind of seals the game, kind of how he did against the Colts a few years ago. I want to say it was the fourth quarter, he got a strip sack, but we need more of that. Not from Clowney, but from more players. And I just don't see that on the roster. I look at the roster, I see Merciless and Clowney. Only edge rusher. Then you got Brendan Scarlett. Good run stopper, sets the edge. He's shown flashes of being a capable pass rusher, but that's about it. I just think it has to be addressed. You can't really go into the season with Merciless and Clowney being your only rushers that can come off the edge. So, those are my thoughts on the linebackers, and comment down below your own thoughts on the linebackers, and make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.